Hi guys, it's EzraTime, and yeah, today I want to talk about Spider-Man: No Way Home. As I just watched this movie obviously today, and it's just like, man, wow. That's all I gotta say. Wow, it does. This movie has a lot of hype, right? I think we are already hyped for something, obviously. But I gotta say, I was really satisfied when I was watching the movies. My expectation was actually met, because and it was surprising to me because again, I have high expectation for this movie, as so does a lot of people, and I think a lot of people can actually, be satisfied when watching this movie. Um, but yeah, so obviously we're gonna do some non-spoiler review because I know that this movie has not been released on other countries yet, so I don't want to ruin the a lot of the sequences for a lot of for everybody, the action sequences and the plot point obviously. But yeah, we're gonna do some non-spoiler reviews. So for the first time, I'm gonna say that is that Tom Holland, right? And some people said that Tom Holland is like, like Iron Man Jr., like not really Spider-Man, but this movie really makes Tom Holland like the Spider-Man. I think this is the darker Spider-Man movie, for Tom Holland Spider-Man, obviously, because like Homecoming and Far From Home was like, lighthearted and funny, but No Way Home is dark. Like it's really dark in my well, not maybe not really dark, but it was dark enough. There is some dark moments in it, and it just screams, Spider-Man to you. And like the tone is also different. The way it was shot by again director John Watts, really stepping up his director duty, obviously, just like amazing. Every single shot is beautiful, and Tom Holland is like giving his best performance in this movie as Spider-Man. And I think a lot of people will like Tom Holland even more than before, or maybe some people didn't really like Tom Holland before. Then maybe you're gonna like him a lot more in this movie, or at least make you at least sympathize with him or something like that, right? Um, and yeah, obviously we got the supporting cast, MJ and Nat played by Zendaya and Jacob Batalon. They're both actually great, also great. Obviously, they both have a really great chemistry with Peter, and they both obviously supporting friend, and well, one of them is a girlfriend to Peter. And yeah, I mean most of the movie, or at least some of the movie, like they have a lot of scenes together with Peter, and then it's just the three of them try to figure out the situation because again, Peter Parker identity was blown by, well, Mysterio in Far From Home, right? So obviously, it's all three of them try to figure out the situation and then just try to unite as a small team, you could say that, and just try to figure out every single stuff that's been happening, obviously, for the Mysterio controversy, and yeah, great chemistry, great performance. I like them even more than before, obviously. Again, another great job. And the next one is Marissa Tomei as Anne May. Anne May is very different in this movie, I would say, because like in Homecoming and Far From Home, you kind of get that a little bit for like like an Anne May like speech, Well, I guess in Homecoming, like Far From Home, kinda I guess in the beginning with the feast place, I guess. But in this one is like Marissa Tomei's on May is much more closer to what's on May, originally supposed to. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like the personality wise, the way she taught Peter, and all that kind of stuff. Like, this again, just great. It's just a really nice step up from the previous movie. Again, another positive thing. And obviously, you got Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. It's good, it's great. And then you got J.K. Simmons back as J. Jonah Jameson's. Again, great performance by J.K. Simmons. Really, really enjoyable in the movie, obviously. And obviously, the biggest part that we need to talk about is obviously the villains. The villains for Spider-Man No Way Home. You got Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, the Lizard, Electro, right? And obviously, you got the returning actor like Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, and Jamie Foxx, obviously. And I gotta say, like Green Goblin in this movie was actually really, really menacing in my opinion. Kind of like the first Spider-Man movie. You can remember that he was really scary in that movie. This one, they definitely carry that scene right there. And it's great. Sorry, my screen just glitched for a second. I'm sorry. But either way, yeah, Willem Dafoe is back, so great. just like the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, obviously. Like the personality is the same, the manners is the same, the laugh, like ha ha ha, like it was the same. And then you heard that laugh in the trailer, obviously. And yeah, it's just amazing. It's the same Green Goblin, and then you get the same vibe from him. And sometimes I would argue is even better than the first Spider-Man movie, and that says a lot, And obviously you got Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, Um, yeah, Doc Ock was like again really, really just good performance by Molina obviously, and then you got the two-dimensional characters by Doc Ock and Green Goblin as well. Like it's actually present there, and then some of you might worry that like from Spider-Man 2 that Doc Ock actually sacrificed himself, right, and then he turns good in the end. Well, I'm just gonna say this: don't you guys don't need to worry about that. I know this might some people worry that like is Marvel is going to ruin Doc Ock's storyline because like his story was end beautifully in Spider-Man 2, right? In the end, don't worry, he does. I mean, he does come back. Obviously, it's not a spoiler, but like like Doc Ock's character is not ruined by the writers. The writers actually know what they were doing. Like Chris McKenna and then Eric Sommers, I think that's the screenplay or like the writers. Like they both really know how to write these villains. And again, Doc Ock, I think is great. I think you're gonna get the two-dimensional version of him, and then the character is not exactly like 180. That's what I'm trying to say, and it's not ruined, at least in my opinion. And obviously you got Electro. Electro played by Jamie Foxx. I would say this though, Jamie Foxx Electro is a bit different than how you remember from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. And I know that people expecting the same performance by Jamie Foxx. And I will say this though, the performance is different in my opinion. That's I guess compared to Green Goblin and Doc Ock, Electro is different than the two of them. And even though they came from the same universe, or like Electro came from Amazing Spider-Man universe, right? And then you kind of remember how he act in that movie. This one is different, and honestly it's a welcome changing, I guess. And it's not exactly different that it's kind of like again ruining the characters or anything like that. Like no, it's if anything I like Electro even more than before because of this differenceness. And I guess there is a bit of similarities that you can point out obviously from the performance. That's what I'm trying to say. But overall it's just like a really great performance by Jamie Foxx, and I'm just really really happy. And obviously the last one we got well, you got the Lizard and Sandman. I gotta be honest, like these two um doesn't really do that much in this movie. Like they do something obviously. I don't want to spoil stuff, but like they do something in this movie, but it's just like they're not really that like well, like or like really really flash out characters like Green Goblin, Doc Ock, or Electro. Like those three are like a flash out villains, and this two is like, I'm not saying this as a bad thing by the way. It's just like this two is not really fleshed out as the previous three, but at the same time you can feel their presence. They feel threatening, and when they appear on screen you're just excited obviously. And it's not a bad thing. It's just like, I kind of wish they fleshed out a tiny bit more on the Lizard and Sandman, but at the same time it was good enough. It's serviceable. It does the job, so why not, right? It's good stuff obviously. And yeah, and obviously the director, obviously by John Watts, is great. I love the direction that he was going. Again, really stepping up the game. It was shot kind of like differently from the previous two movies. This is like a really really great job by John Watts, and sorry, Watts, right? And then obviously you got the musical score by Michael Giacchino. I think, I hope I don't mispronounce his last name. I think it was Giacchino, right? Michael Giacchino or Giacchino, sorry, Giacchino. Um, Basically, the musical score in this one is actually really, really great because, oh my god, the screen is glitching again. Oh my god, sorry guys. Um, Either way, that was annoying. The Sorry guys, that was annoying. Sorry, the music score is actually amazing this time. I know that the music is not really that great from Homecoming and Far From Home. That I know that it's not really memorable. The music in those two movies, but in this one, like Michael Giacchino score is actually really memorable. Like it's actually stuck in your head, and you actually feel the score. It's definitely again really really great job. It's a really plus point again from the previous two Spider-Man movie. And as a conclusion, I will say this though: if you don't really like Spider-Man Homecoming or Far From Home, I think No Way Home will definitely change your mind, especially about Tom Holland Spider-Man. That's number one. And number two, you got the directing, the writing, the score, right? The performance, obviously. Like everything is a plus point for me. It's actually really stepping up the game, like really high. The bar is set up really high, obviously, for this movie. And honestly, yeah, the expectation, I think it was met for me. I was satisfied, and honestly, this is probably one of the best Spider-Man movie that I ever watched. I'm gonna put it up there with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. Because Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie ever, and this one is actually up there, like the same level. I guess I have to watch it again. Probably I don't know if I don't really want to say it's better yet. Even though I kind of see the potential that this movie could be better than Spider-Man 2, but at the same time, I'm gonna hold back on that. I'm just gonna say they were the same level, in my opinion. Okay, my humble opinion, guys. But yeah, I mean, it's great. It's really great, and I can't wait for you guys to actually watch the movie by yourself on theaters. And obviously you can share your thoughts in the comment section below if you already watched the movie, obviously. And again, please, no spoiler on the comment section below. Don't ask any question or something like that, because again, spoilers obviously. So please do not spoil anything in the comment section below, please. I'm begging you guys. All right, there's a lot of people that haven't watched the movie, so just wait it out until, like, I don't know, December 17th pass, I guess. Until people watch the movie, then fine, I guess you guys can post something. But then again, I plan to do a spoiler review video in the future, so I guess we'll see what happens about that. I'm gonna do it like way later, obviously, because that is college, and then again, there is people that haven't watched the movie. A lot of people haven't watched the movie, so I'm gonna give them time to actually watch the movie and experience the movie by themselves. And obviously, there's a lot to talk about in this movie that I can't really spoil, obviously. But yeah, and obviously, as a final rating, I'm gonna give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's it. It's a really great movie. Really just up there with Spider-Man 2. You get the Spider-Man feel is actually really present here. That I know that Homecoming and Far From Home doesn't really get that Spider-Man feeling, but this one you really feel it, and I really really enjoy this movie. And highly recommend it. Obviously, go watch it, guys. And obviously, for people who already watched it, then maybe don't spoil anything yet. We can discuss about spoiler in the spoiler review video sometime. I guess I don't know when I'm gonna make that. Um, but yeah, I guess that's my Spider-Man No Way Home review, guys. And again, I'm probably gonna put a timestamp. I probably should say this in the beginning, but I'm probably gonna put the timestamp in the video so you guys can check out the section, I guess. But I guess we'll see about that. And yeah, that's it for my review for Spider-Man No Way Home. Again, go watch it on theaters, guys. Obviously, experience it yourself. It's a great Spider-Man movie. I think you guys gonna be satisfied. I know that you have a lot of expectation for this movie. I think you guys gonna be satisfied, at least in my opinion. At least I'm satisfied. So yeah. So that's it for today's review, guys. I guess keep a lookout for the Spider-Man No Way Home spoiler review sometime in the future, obviously. And yeah, my name is EzraTime, and hopefully this review can, I don't know, help you understand what the movie is all about, or like get a glimpse, I guess, for what was the movie, is gonna be great, So yeah, and that's it for today's video, guys. Stay tuned for whatever video is gonna be next, and again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, and the usual stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video then. Bye.